absolute carnage at the Greenfield Stadium in Thiruvananthapuram because led by a 42 ball 100 from Ishan Kishan in Sanju Samson's home.
Yeah, that's why I was sorry. You're talking carnage. Are you talking about the batting display or are you talking about Sanju Samson's career right now?
Both. Both. Because 23 sixes have been hit at the Greenfield Stadium in the first innings.
I know somebody who hit 24 sixes this morning.
Yes. He's got the highest score in T20s, by the way.
The real Dhurandhar.
Yes. The OG Dhurandhar, by the way. Yeah. And 271
Let us know in
for
the comment
five.
section if you
Got that reference.
figured who we were talking about. Anyway, Siddharth, you were telling us what happened in the match.
42 ball 100, a brilliant 50 even from Suryakumar Yadav, an aggressive cameo from Hardik, and 271 for 5 at Greenfield Stadium, which means New Zealand need to do what ruling governments in India do. Get 272 to win. That is the way we are looking at
Magic number, as they say.
Magic number. But we know that New Zealand aren't getting that because India are playing their World Cup bowling side. By the look of the squad, that is a Varun, Aksar, Bumrah, Hardik, Arshdeep. That's your bowling lineup for the World Cup. But talking about giving you a chance and capitalizing on it, look at it. Ishan Kishan 103 of 43, 6 fours, 10 sixes. The rest, when you look at it, Sanju Samson, you'll have a bigger debate on Sanju Samson later. Only individual who got dismissed in single digits. What do you have to say about that?
Just to have a question for you guys. Of course, we'll spend a lot more time deliberating on this in maybe 90 minutes from now, and that of course has to be the biggest talking point. But is there a debate now? I just need a yes or no.
No.
No debate.
The debate or the thing was that at best you give him the rest of the series after the series was sealed because really no pressure. But the fact is that the runs still haven't come. The person who's in direct competition with him, the runs have come. It just makes sense. At this point, it shouldn't be a debate.
There's no debate, Murray. Shane will know that reference. There's no debate, Murray. It's a short debate, Murray. Look, this is what you want the Indian team to do every single time. One goes, the other just keeps on hitting and hitting and hitting. For the second straight game, Ish Sodhi had a 29 run over. Dubey took him to the cleaners in Vizag. Here it was Ishan Kishan. Benefited, of course, by one dropped catch from, of all people, Glenn Phillips at the boundary.
I mean, Glenn Phillips is at this point of time, he has the propensity for catching howlers or catching screamers, but he'll drop a clanger on very ordinary ones.
So he's the Virat Kohli of New Zealand then.
Virat takes stunning catches. In the IPL.
No, not even internationally.
He takes brilliant catches which you make, damn, was it possible?
And dollies will fall.
Yeah, that's the thing. So, man, what an exhibition of batting. I mean, throughout that 120 balls, it was absolute cinema.
21, no? Last was an over.
Oh, but still, it will still be counted as 20 overs, 120 balls. But absolute cinema. When you look at how Ishan Kishan just tasseled everybody with a stroke play right from ball one.
And ably supported by Sky and Hardik. I mean, at this point, it seems less like an Indian team and more like a Mumbai Indians team. 2020 vibes all over again. Ishan Kishan getting runs, Sky getting runs, Hardik Pandya hitting cameos.
Yeah, that 2020 Mumbai Indians team was the super team when you look at it. All-star team.
Don't forget there's a Tilak Verma over here that we could have
Who's yet to come in. Bumrah will be bowling.
Although Tilak was not there in 2020.
Yeah, not 2020. Yeah.
You got Jasprit Bumrah who's going to come in and ensure that, okay. See, there is due. Let's make one thing very clear here. There is due.
And the due set in fairly early.
Due or due? What are you saying?
Due.
EW.
EW. Because where New Zealand playing cricket or baseball? Because most of the deliveries I look at, they were all full tosses. And New Zealand had the field in. Are they playing a T10 and baseball or it's a T20 game?
Just did not understand what Santner was up to on a few occasions, more than a couple in fact. When the fast bowlers are bowling it up, when the pitch trying to go for the block hole, why are there no boundary riders, especially in the batsman arc, especially in the V? Absolutely nobody. You saw that when Ishan Kishan, Suryakumar Yadav, that mammoth partnership took place, the field setting was just not right. There were too many fielders either on the leg side or on the off side, but that V wasn't protected. What about straight down the ground, especially when the bowlers are going for the block hole? You know that if the bowlers end up missing the block hole, and one of them could very easily have been a catch, that of Suryakumar Yadav. But Surya knew that he doesn't really have to worry about middling the ball. All he needs to do is ensure that he gets willow to leather, and that the ball beats the man in the infield. That's it.
But I think even though if you had kept fielders there, just near the boundary ropes, it still would have not mattered. You needed 11 fielders outside of the rope.
Yeah,
that's where most of the deliveries were going.
Although I will question, there were times I was watching and it felt like they were setting a power play field.
Yeah.
Which was very puzzling when you consider that. I mean, okay, you can call it defensive, but then that's pretty much standard T20 cricket, that once the field restrictions lift, then at that point in time you cover 3 and 2. Yeah. That is pretty much a given, unless you're going to try targeting short balls. But they weren't. They were not trying to target short balls which had the third man and fine leg. There was nothing. You were bowling in the block hole and you had no boundary riders. You're just making it easy. They're just looking to loft it over the 30-yard circle and that's it.
I mean, full toss, outside off, it gets edge to third man, boundary. Pitch it up, over pitched, straight down the ground, long on, long off. Wherever you want to put a fielder in, it goes there. Okay. New Zealand, on the other hand, look at it. The best economy rate was 10.2. Lockie Ferguson,
who himself was very wayward at one point, even very nearly took Sky's head off.
Yes, because I think that's what the due is so much. I think it's going to be very difficult. I mean, but India have gotten 50 runs over par. Let's make one thing very clear here. Overs 11 to 15 saw 86 runs being scored.
Yeah, when does the middle overs go for that many runs? It's a rarity.
Under this Indian cricket team, they have done it not once, not twice, but multiple times.
Exactly.
In South Africa during that series, 90 runs came. This was still the lowest, 86 runs. So, this Indian batting, I mean, when they get these kind of pitches, I'm sure they'll get it in Mumbai, they will get it in Delhi. Opponents,
they'll get it everywhere. Kolkata is similar. Is Hyderabad one of the venues? No, but Hyderabad also, you remember how much is flattened out.
There are 5 venues in India, right?
Yeah.
There is Mumbai, Delhi,
Kolkata,
Ahmedabad
and Chennai.
Yeah.
All places are flat.
But I think
those are your 5 venues. Chennai can be a little 50-50 from what we've seen in the IPL as well. First couple of matches, as has been the thing over the last couple of seasons of the IPL, you tend to get flat wickets, where you also heard from Fleming that, over the last few years, even we found it difficult to gauge this pitch, but then it slows down later on.
These are the venues where India are playing. Mumbai, Delhi, Colombo, Ahmedabad. So barring Colombo, the rest 3 are all short fronts.
Yeah.
And especially when you look at it, Mumbai, Suryakumar Yadav.
You mentioned those venues, 4 venues over there. In a World Cup, playing at one of those venues, I know the pitch can end up being a little dry, Siddharth.
Yeah, which is Colombo. That's it.
No.
Ahmedabad. Ahmedabad. But in the T20I, it's a different kettle of fish altogether. You see the IPL scores, how easy it is to bat even in second innings in Ahmedabad.
Yeah, lest we forget Shubman Gill.
And Rinku Singh.
And Sudarshan.
Sai.
Both of them, I remember this crazy stat, almost crazy, that the 2 of them and then a Butler together, the top 3 were doing about 75% of the run score.
Yes.
Last year, I remember.
Exactly. So that is why we'll come to the Sanju Samson bit a little later.
I think we can save a longer debate for that later on.
Because in the short interval, we won't be able to do
any justice.
Justice, whatever. What is that justice here? I mean, come on. Chuck it in the bin. There is nothing called justice.
You just need to be courageous to use that word and Sanju in the same breath now.
Which is what Vishal is saying.
That debate's just completely changed.
It's
He says, end of Sanju, he says he has himself to blame only.
You had 2
mitigating circumstances.
Also, Vishal sending this to us from the United States.
I mean, leave aside the mitigating circumstances. He had 2 matches where there was no pressure. He could have scored big runs and he could have just ensured that there would be no debate.
Combined total of 2 games where there was no pressure, 6 of 6. Combined, because he had 6 of 5. I think in Vizag he fell first ball.
So 5 matches.
24 of 15.
46. Is that his tally, Siddharth?
Yes, 24 and 6. So combined, 2 games where he had no pressure, 30 of 20.
That's all good.
Yeah. Strike rate's also not that great.
10, 6, 24-6. That's his tally.
Exactly.
5 matches.
He could have been out for a first ball duck even in Raipur, but Devon
There
Conway
was a 0
pulled that
also
catch.
in between,
Yeah.
which I didn't mention.
So, but Brian Lara is echoing the point that you mentioned, Shane,
Upstairs, yeah.
Because he says, justice for the real OG Yashasvi Jaiswal. Proven T20 matcher and backup opener in last World Cup. Happy for Abhishek, but Gill and Samson shouldn't be ahead of him. In all this mess, Ishan is the real beneficiary.
See, the thing with Samson, you have to count him a little differently because he's also a keeper.
Yeah.
He's not playing as a pure batter. Ishan, I agree, he's the beneficiary. But I mean, full credit to him also. He's carved this opportunity for himself by grinding it out in domestic cricket, winning Jharkhand, the Syed Mushtaq Ali. So I can't even be mad at him.
I mean, prior to that he had only 100. That was a 200 in the ODI. Now he's gotten 103. So I mean, absolutely mind-blowing hitting, clean hitting, and when you get Santner and Sodi in, boss, that's it.
Oh, this is very interesting, by the way. And this could be an indicator.
Oh, look
Ishan
at
Kishan
that.
he's got the gloves on.
Look at that.
Oh, I think that's a
Decision's done.
very clear indication.
Decision's done now.
Yeah.
Decision's done.
Decision's
I mean, see,
done.
when Tilak comes in, you have a potent batting top three of Abhishek, Kishan, and Tilak. And you've got Surya, Hardik, Rinku, Dubey, Aksar. Man, that is a batting lineup for the
And so many left-handers. Wow.
For 6, you have 6 left-handers in the 8. Only
Yeah, 6 out of 8 now.
Hardik,
Hardik
and
and Sky.
Surya. That's it.
Hardik and Sky. Your current captain and his predecessor.
Yes, yes. So, short debate. New Zealand aren't chasing it, right?
No. I think this is a good opportunity for their batters to kind of get some good runs with no pressure because I don't think anyone is expecting them to be chasing this down.
Yeah.
Oh, look, the KKR boys are opening.
Seifert and Allen.
Although for KKR only one will start, but still.
Yeah, exactly. So
And
yes,
Allen, by the way, coming off a very good BBL, winning the title top run scorer.
most sixes also hit in the history of the BBL in one edition.
414 odd runs. I
Yeah.
think.
So yes, it's Arshdeep and Bumrah. That's going to be your
Maybe Arshdeep and Hardik.
Hardik also.
knows?
Yeah. Because Surya has often tended Bumrah.
He bowls Bumrah one over later, and then two in the
death.
death.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's the way we are looking at it. So yes,
I mean, I don't think we're looking for predictions. How many overs do you reckon this match is lasting?
17, 18 overs.
15.
15. Okay.
Oh.
But you're not chasing it down by
No,
the way.
obviously.
Yeah.
When I say 15 overs, India getting them all out.
Chasing.
Yeah,
down. I
yeah.
have a feeling this is going down to maybe 19.
Could be because it's a flat deck plus there's dew. It's going to be very difficult for the spin bowlers. But I think with Varun around, Varun will easily chip in the middle overs.
And Varun Akshar, I think, will be your key because they might get you some necessary wickets.
Wickets.
So he already started
In
with
terms
With a boundary,
in
yeah.
terms of
and in outside edge at that.
In terms of both the teams' right-handers getting off the mark, it was with an edge.
Yes, indeed. So, yep. Let's then meet you at the post-match and debate all the broader points. Sanju, Ishan, India's T20 World Cup prep and everything. It'll be a big debate. So, join us then. From me, Shane and Harshit, it's bye-bye. See you in the post-match.